stretch trousers. When it comes to shortening them, you can come across a few problems, particularly if you're using an overlocker and you find that when you actually overlock the edge, it doesn't stitch properly. So there could be some reasons why you might have trouble overlocking the edge, and today I'm just going to cover one of them, which is thread type. Now, some fabrics just do not like overlocking thread. You would think that, if you put an overlocking thread in like this, which is it's called an overlocking thread, that you should be able to overlock the edge and everything should be fine. But I'm showing you a photo now, and you can see that as it's overlocked, all the stitching has every now and again it's kind of dropped and looped out. And the reason for that is that this is a reasonably fluffy, thick thread. It's great for cottons, generally not so great when you're doing something like this, in particular because this has got an elastine in it, and even if you change the needles on the overlocker, it's not going to make any difference. What you can do though, and it's what most professionals will tell you what not to do, but what I did was I then went through my stash of threads, of which I've got a box of them, and I found 3 threads that were similar colour but were thinner than this overlocking thread, and it worked well. I put this one in the middle because of the colour match, and I put this one on the looper, which is a different brand again, and I put this one, which is another brand again, and I put that on the needle. When you're doing something like this, it's always better to test it on your offcut, the piece that you've cut off. So this is the first one that I did, and you can see how it's kind of looped out. The first run was actually worse, and then when I changed the threads, I ended up with that. The other thing that I did was I lowered the blade. So you may also find that this one here would be worse if I had the blade up. It would probably loop even more than that. Don't always think that the overlocking thread is going to work on certain stretch fabrics. Some it will, more cotton than anything, a cotton stretch, but when you get a poly stretch, you might run into trouble. Hope that helps you.